Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the performance of the Universe's Bravest Hercule, the INT Hercule, after his Extreme Z Awakening in DBZ Dokkan Battle Global. Now, Hercule is a Super INT type lead of 110%, greatly raises attack and defense for one turn with a high chance of stunning the enemy, and he has a 50% chance of attacking with TN, which causes premium damage with supremely boosted power as a high chance to stun the enemy. He has attack and defense of 150% when performing a super attack, a high chance to evade the enemy's super attack and attacks, and if HP is 50% or more, an additional 10% chance of evading the enemy's super attack, so 60% dodge chance. He reduces damage received by 50 to 90%, the less HP remaining, the less damage received, and he gets an additional attack and defense of 50%, and all enemies minus 10% attack and defense per margin boost Saga category ally attacking in the same turn. World Tournament Champion, Champion Strength, Hero, Soul vs Soul, World Tournament Reborn, Supreme Power and Fierce Battle are his link skills. In terms of hidden potential, personally I like additionals alongside as well evasion. He doesn't hit big attack stats really. He's not really the guy that you're looking for damage, but you want him to be a supreme tank, getting additional defensive raises whilst also providing some additional evasion is going to work out pretty nicely for him. So all in all, pretty good stuff. In terms of categories and everything else, he's on World Tournament, Martian Boost Saga Final Trump Card, Earthlings, Saviors, Bond of Friendship, Bond of Parent and Child, Earthbred Fighters, and Tournament Participants. All in all, he looks really solid. He was quite a renowned tank back in the day, so we're going to have to see just how good a tank he is, but overall I think he could be a really fun option. His thresholds for his damage reduction are 50% at 100% HP, 60% damage reduction at 80% HP, 70% damage reduction at 60% HP, 80% damage reduction at 40%, and 90% damage reduction at 20% HP, which ultimately is pretty good. So, for me, honestly, his EZA isn't too crazy. They didn't really expand on his damage reduction mechanic, and they didn't really expand on his evasion that much. It feels very limited. They gave him a little bit of a raw attack increase, a little bit of a raw defensive increase, and although not terrible, it's just not that spectacular. Now some people might say, well, you know, what were you expecting? The thing is Hercule, even with the stat boosts, isn't necessarily a huge damage dealer. It's not like he's all of a sudden become a unit that does 20 mil attack stats or something. So really his tankiness hasn't changed. Now that's not terrible. With the raw defensive upgrades, it does still help him and still helps the team. But I will say, all in all, it doesn't feel too great. An additional 10% evasion chance when your HP is above a health threshold isn't the wildest mechanic in the game. It's good though, but it's not something that's insane, and I think it could have been done a little bit better. All in all though, I do think he still is a really cool unit. He always was a really cool unit, so he continues to be a really cool unit. I just think it's a bit of a shame that they didn't feel the need to go a little bit more hardcore with him. I think changing his threshold and starting him at like 60% damage reduction would have been a good call, and giving him 20% additional evasion chance would have been the right call. You know, just small changes like that would have made him ultimately a lot tankier as a unit, and would have had him see a lot more viability overall as a unit in the super hard content right now in Dokkan Battle. With that being said, he is still a unit that ultimately I do enjoy, and I think can be a nice floating tank, someone that you can rely on to not take a ton of damage. I think that's really where you can kind of find him to be the most useful as a character. Ultimately though, because of his weak link set and because of the overall strength of some of the other units on the team, I don't see this guy getting a lot of distinct gameplay. If you compare him to like Goten and Trunks, for example, who are units that also have 80% damage reduction, but are way more consistent and provide a way higher offensive output overall than Hercule. Like I said, ultimately it's not that he's terrible, it's just that he doesn't distinctly do anything much better than what he did before, and the attack boosts and all that don't really elevate him to being a competitive offensive unit. His link set isn't anything crazy either. You've got a lot of weird links like World Tournament Champion, World Tournament Revival, Hero. It's just a very strange link set that you're not going to get a lot out of, unfortunately. Overall, Hercule is still really cool and still a good tank, as he always was. The defensive stats do definitely help him, and he is now probably a very good tank for the meta, just not an exceptional tank for the meta, which I think is what people wanted. But yeah, I think overall, not too bad, and that's basically going to be it for me. So thanks for watching, and yeah, as always, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, thanks for watching, and bye.